Hey guys, welcome back, and it's round 3 now of my regionals. I think I won this dice roll, and so I chose to go second into Enel. I just ideally Rob Lucio's goes second, opponent goes 1 don and tosses turn. I play 2 dons and I have played my stage, so pretty good start there. Now my opponent just goes 8 and swings lead. I mean, that's always a free take there. I always take that first hit there. Always makes the Gadatsus less worthwhile, so that's why I always take. I use litter ability just so that I can get stuff into the trash. Trash to Sabo and a Branu, and a Lucci, sorry. I play a Branu, grab an Isho. Now I grab an Isho because it's really good into the matchup where, understandably, the NL player draws a lot of cards, and so you just get to strip 2 of those cards, which is really good. Opponent goes 5. He's got 5 done open, so he's telegraphing a Gadatsu, which he does play the Gadatsu anyway, so my Branu did get some sort of worth to it, and his Gadatsu's got some sort of worth to it, so I'm not too stressed about that. I swing 6 into lead. There takes I trash Rebecca and a stage, pretty good. And then I'll play 5, sorry, play a Sabo, and then so he's not going to get any KO effects. Now, not as effective on his 7 don turn. Maybe if it was his 9 don turn, so the turn afterwards, it would have been a better play, because then it makes his Yamato's less worthwhile. But he swings 7 into leader, and then I block, and then I 2k out with my Sabo. Swing 6 into Sabo, and then I choose I think I should save this Sabo here, so I think I give him another 2k. Now, what you don't know about my hand is that I have a lot of bricks in my hand. I remember this, and so I think that's literally all my counter. And then so there you go, it dies, because he's swung 3 attacks into it, so I think I probably should have let that first one hit into me, the Gadatsu one. But yeah, it's hindsight 2020. So now I've got 8 in hand, so I could either play a Rublucci, and if I'm being frank, well, basically I could have killed the ace with a Gecko Moria play, and then maybe a Branu can get me something else. But I think because I had bricks in hand, I also was worried that my opponent was going to spit out his hand next turn, and so it was going to allow him to go under the threshold for the Isho. So I played Isho out because I wanted to get value out of it, and then get rid of a Gadatsu, get rid of an ace, which is a great hit anyway, so I'm glad I actually used the Isho on that turn. I chose to pass there because I didn't want to give him value on a Yamato, so if he plays a Yamato next turn, then he can gain life, and he won't KO anything, but he'll gain life. So I was just trying to end, I was worried about aces as well, so I wanted to give him less value. So he swings 7 lead, I have to take, swing 7, I literally have no counter in my hand, and then my opponent gets rid of my issue, so I am in dire straits at the moment. I'm like, I'm gonna die. It's 5 turns into the game, I have so many cards in hand, but I literally have no counter, so I'm stressed out. So this is me trying to figure out how can I claw my way back in. I figured that, if I had played the Gecko Moria play last turn, he wouldn't have had that 7k swing into with the ace, and then I would have had characters for him to hit into. My hand at the moment, I'm pretty sure, is 4 Gecko Morias at the hand, and it's not looking good. I got my 10 don, so this is me just calculating how many things can I KO, how can I save my life, essentially, because that's what I need to do. I need to, my opponent's got 3 swings next turn, he's on 1 life, and I'm on 1 life. I've got a billion cards in hand, but I have no counter, because I've got 4 Gecko Morias in hand. This is why I'm just panicking. So me -2 costing the ace, turning to a 3 cost. Me swinging into the ace. Now you don't want to swing into Enel when it has their last life, just because they get the last life back, so no point. So I played another stage on top to make the ace go to a 0 cost, and then I play Rebecca to grab a Borsalino blocker, play the Brook from hand, KO it, and then I play forward, play another blocker. So I think I had the 4 geckos in hand. I played that so that I could put 2 blockers in hand and get rid of attack. I think 2 blockers plus an attack. Sorry, so this is me. I think I have to let the Brook go, but we'll see what I choose. Maybe I block with the Rebecca. I think I'm happy that he's done 6 there, so I don't need to worry about the play. But I think my opponent understands that I'm taking my time only because, you know, I had to take all those hits so early. See me stressed. So I blocked that because I know that if I can keep the Brook alive, then I can KO his Gadatsu. 5 into Brook, and I think I block with a Borsalino here. I figured that if he does play an ace, a big ace, he's gonna swing into my blocker Borsalino anyway, just because it's pretty good value. But so he plays the ace, gains a life, and then he swings into my Borsalino. Now, I think he should have swung into my life to reduce me down. I don't know what he has in hand, but I guess he's in a comfortable position where he can take it slow. But I definitely, if I was him, I think I would have swung into life there. But I'm just counting cards out. I think I have an Ice Age in hand, and then maybe I can play a Sabo to KO the ace and the Gadatsu. If I have that in hand, that would be pretty snap keep worthy, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, so I swing 6 into Gadatsu and I -1 on the ace. So ace is a 9 cost now. He 1Ks out with an Onami, -2 on the ace, so his ace is now a 7 cost. Pay 1, Ice Age it, so it's now a 2 cost. Play 8, play Gecko Moria. Rebecca and Hamapa. No, I think I'm counting here. Let's see what now, I think there might have been a way for me to get more value off this, like maybe utilizing my Brook in some regard. But, oh no, I do. So I minus there, get the Brook. With the Rebecca, I grab another 2k counter to keep myself alive. I was considering the Asabo just so I could play Asabo next turn to protect my life. But I think the 2k was a correct play, and then I use the Brook swing, you know, somewhere because it kills a 0 cost on attack and on play. So I was, you know, happy at this point that I'm able to stabilize. I was still worried that if he had another ace, because I've seen 2 aces, I've trashed 1 and he's played 1. So I was stressed that he would see another copy. So see how his hand size is relatively low now? It's because I have stopped attacking into him and I stripped 2 cards with the Isha. So I do think the Isha was a great play into this deck. He drops the Gadatsu now only because Gadatsu loses value. I'm only on 1 life, so he's not going to kill anything on life. And then here he plays the new 5-drop Luffy, and then I think he uses this to KO the Brook, which I think he should have just swung into life, and then or swung in it, and then maybe just KO something after anything that he didn't KO. Sorry, but that's just, you know, hindsight perspective. I don't know what my opponent has in hand or what he's thinking. I asked my opponent to read the Luffy leader, just the Luffy character, because I just forgot what it did, and so I was just thinking whether I had to worry about that card again. So yeah, but yeah, he gets to draw a card off that, I think, if he's like a 2 life or less or something. So this is me swinging 6 into Gadatsu. He lets it take, so that he either has no counter in hand, or I don't know why. Actually, at that point, maybe he just thinks that, oh, you know, I'll just get my opponent to swing the 9 into so he can get more cards, possibly. But yeah, I play 8, play another Gecko Moria, play Borsalino, play a brand new. This is me just fixing my hand and just getting more cards into my hand. So I pick up a 2k there. But this is definitely where things start to turn around now. You know, I got to keep that Rebecca blocker. And I chose not to swing there because I knew the amount of cards my opponent had in hand, and I just wanted to protect it. when opponent swings 5, you know that they're playing an ace. So, but he didn't. He plays a flampe, draws a card, and he takes a life, and then I think he plays a Yamato off this, and he KOs my brand new, and then he goes up there. So pretty good play on his behalf. You know, draws 2 cards, 1 from life, 1 from the deck, and then plays another, big body. I think here I was able to KO the next one. This is me counting stuff that I can KO. See how I'm able to reuse the Helmeppo? It might be another play for you guys that if you do versus black, you leave the Helmeppo on the field just because it's such a great card for a Gecko Moria target because it neg-3s something, and if you have the stage and you have the leader, then you know that's neg-6 cost on anything. So if you have another 8 cost, that brings it down to a 2, and that makes it viable for Lucci to hit. So that's just like a thing. If you have freedom to not hit the Helmeppo, then just leave the Helmeppo on the field. I swing 5 into leader, just because I want to get that leader effect off. I'm not too worried about the geckos at this point in time. I swing 9 into leader, make my opponent worry. So he checks trigger, and then he wants to contemplate whether he uses his trigger or not. So trigger Shirahoshi, yeah. So I think he was just triggering how the Shirahoshi triggers work. I forget. But yeah, he draws 3, trashes 2, so he trashes a Katakuri, which I can't remember if he plays a Katakuri the next turn, but I think a Katakuri is definitely is not the right thing. I think he should have played the Katakuri just to put the Shirahoshi back on his life, because that would definitely screw me up. But yeah, so he gets rid of that, and then he discards a Katakuri, so there's 2 Katakuris that I've seen now, and then discards a 2K, so he's got 5 cards in him, so that's great. When your NL players have like a regular amount of cards in hand, it's looking pretty good for you, as far as things go. I mean, my hand is back up to normal size. I've got 2 blockers on the field, so I'm actually feeling quite confident at this point in time. As you can see, I've swung 3 attacks in, and my opponent's had to answer a lot, and I still have my tendon open. So this is me trying to figure out the maths and how to kill that Yamato. So neg-3, so she's a 6 cost now on the Yamato. And then play 1, play 0, -2 on there, so she's now a 4 cost, right? 4 cost? 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, she's a 4 cost now, and I think I have a Sabo in hand. And then this is me, it's like, maybe I'll swing the Borsalino. So swing the Borsalino. 8. Play Gecko. Oh, never mind, I play Gecko, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it's me. It's actually kind of wild there, but I think that because my rationale there is one of insanity, I suppose, by killing a gecko and a Borsa. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the Borsalino there and just let my Rebecca die. That's actually insane, I think, as I think about it. So opponent swings 6 into something. I can't remember. I think maybe into the Robuchi. Either way, 2k out. I've got 3 cards in hand, plays Yamato, and then he KOs my Helmeppo moving forward. And then I think this is the turn where I decide to I don't decide to go for it yet. Still got time. But me playing over that Rebecca that boss, I still can't believe that I did that. So that's definitely a misplay on my behalf. So that's something I'm going to note for myself later not to do that. Play 5, and this is a Sabo. This is just to make sure that I keep my stuff alive. I want to keep my Rebecca blocker alive. So I trash to Helmeppo and I trash to Borsalino. And then this is where I go swings into it. I think this is me calculating my swings just to make sure that my opponent has to counter out with extra cards. So 7s, doing 2Ks above always makes your opponent use 2 cards as minimum. And so I swing a 7, a 7, and then I think I do a 9 and then an 11. Yeah, so I swing 9 here. So 7, 7, 9. So my opponent there checks. Oh, so yeah. So this is me racing ahead. my opponent has to. So I definitely should have chilled out there, but yeah. I think with the way I did my swings, if my opponent took my first one, I think I was free to do the 7, 9, and 11 to force my opponent to go to zero life there. But essentially, my opponent goes, okay, now I've got 2 blockers, 3 blockers. He swings into the Rob Lucci character, which I think is fine. I think this is me trying to worry about my health, so I just let it go. Because I think I need the blockers more than anything, especially if it goes to time or anything. I need my health. I need my life. Sorry. Swings 5 into lead. I block with Sabo. It plays 10 ace, 10 into the Sabo, and then I block with the Rebecca. This is definitely the right play. I don't know why I was thinking about that. That's a snap block. So now this is coming to it, and then this is just me, trying to do the maths. He's got 4 cards in hand, and it's just a mathematical win for me unless he gets like a large trigger Capone Bedge, which I think I've already seen 2, so a little less. So I was worried about the Kingdom Come event to see whether it could KO a 5 or less, or anything higher than that, just because I had a Sabo in hand, but I also understand that if I if I don't attack with the Sabo, then it is potential that it dies. And so this is me organising my attacks. So I think I go 7 lead to either strip 2 cards from his hand, just because I need to get 2 attacks, 3 attacks through, sorry, there, and then so 9 with my opponent taking life there. That's like a very instant, he's got nothing in hand anymore. And then this is my final win there. So he's bricked up there. But yeah, thanks guys.